Omar Aguilar, you oversee Charles Schwab's target date funds. What differentiates Charles Schwab's target date funds from your competitors?
Three things. First of all, low cost. That's actually what Schwab does. Number two, best in class. We use a series of open architecture funds. And number three, our investment process focuses on risk, and we look at risk holistically, not just the percentage of equity that we have in each part of the glide path. We analyze each part of the glide path along the way.
When you compare yourself to other target date funds out there, would you consider yourself more or less aggressive?
We actually tend to have more exposure to equities at the beginning of the glide path, and we roll down and we become more conservative than the average at the end of the glide path as you go to retirement. As I said, the most important thing at the beginning is to be exposed to the market, and at the end of the glide path as you prepare to retirement is not to lose capital.
And you use not only Schwab funds, but other mutual fund managers in your target date funds. How do you choose those managers?
Yeah, we have a long history over a decade of basically choosing sub-advisors in our lineup. And we look for those institutional managers that have good track records, solid results, and that basically have repeatable performance, that have a firm that basically follows every single one of the guidelines that we like to have.
And when investors are looking for you, what type of investor should use or does use a target date fund? It's not necessarily for lazy folks, right? Like me.
Yeah, well, target date funds can be used broadly. I think it's a way to basically have one place where you have a solution that naturally rebalances over time. But people can actually use complementary tools for retirement. The most important thing, Greg, is that people get help. And that's basically the reason why we have target date funds across institutional and also retail clients.
And they have to remember to fund it, right? You can't just choose a 2030 or 2035 fund and say, hey, I'm set. You got to put the money in there too, right?
You actually have at some point hit the trade button.
All
yes,
right.
That's correct.
Thanks a lot, Omar.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching The Street.